What exactly happens when one of the world's leading car manufacturers decides to upgrade and revamp one of its oldest and most loved classics? Well, behind this garage door is the answer to that very question, the Retmo part at least. So stick around and find out what we're talking about. Today we're talking about automotive design, which of course is one of the disciplines that's embraced by Retromodernism, and it's a very special one as well because it's 70 years since this particular much loved vehicle first hit the roads. Now, I won't waste any more time, we'll just get straight into it and open that garage. Volkswagen began producing the T1 in 1950, and since then 12 million transporter vans have rolled off the production line. The original concept and ideas are credited to a Dutch Beetle importer, a guy called Ben Pon, but the VW design team no doubt dipped further back into design history. They'll have certainly noticed the 1923 Troffenwagen by Austrian aircraft designer Edmund Rumpfler and the fantastical Dymaxion 4D car by American inventor Art Buckmeister Fuller. But the folks at Wolfsburg were looking to create something special, but something practical, down to earth and utilitarian, something hopefully with a great future. Sitting here gives you such a sense of freedom and the idea that you could go anywhere. And in fact, these vehicles have been seen anywhere and everywhere. They are iconic, they're symbolic of travel, and we've seen them travelling across Africa, travelling around the United States, the great parks, the Himalayas, pretty much everywhere. And of course then there's a tremendous association for people of my generation at least, but hopefully also younger viewers who are curious about the recent past and the 60s in particular, with Woodstock and a lot of the musicians. When the legendary Grateful Dead guitarist Jerry Garcia passed away in 1995, Volkswagen actually put out an advert which had the face of this beautiful vehicle with just a single tear being shed on his behalf, and his name and his date of birth and his date of passing. I thought that was a beautiful touch and really showed how much this vehicle is in fact an absolute symbol of a cultural movement which was very, very important in the late 1960s and into the 70s. Now, of course, there are so many aspects of this design which are very, very simplistic, which have been carried forward into the new I.D.Buzz, which we're going to look at very shortly. But let's have a quick look around this vehicle just so we can get a feel for it and so we can see where the dovetail is, where one melds into the other, and why it is that we consider this a classic of retromodernism in terms of industrial design. The Kombi was built on a Beetle chassis, and it's a study in minimalism, from the clean lines of its loaf-shaped exterior to the external fittings. And its almost shockingly Spartan cockpit with the steering column, gear shift and handbrake all fixing directly into the floor. The dashboard has basic essentials only, a speedo, oil pressure and petrol gauges, and it's no frills in the passenger compartment as this minibus version shows. Now, you could say that the unfussy microbus is a bit like a blank canvas. In fact, over the years, owners have unleashed their fantasy in a countless variety of ways. But of course we mostly associate this chameleon of a vehicle in all its weird and wonderful guises with the beaches of California, and that's where we're heading next to check out the I.D.Buzz prototype in all its glory. All-wheel drive with 2 battery packs, front and rear wheel motor units, the bus has a range of 270 kilometers. If it has sunshine and tradition in its heart, it's surely got the future in its pedigree. Designed by Einar Castillo, the clean lines of the T1 are respected and the face is unmistakable. This is retromodernism to a T. Harmony and balance abound for the new age traveller, but so does tech. We're talking 10 laser scanners for safety, wireless parking pilot, manual or automated driving, fully intuitive voice control, and then there's the space and the light, easing us back into those good old days of carefree roaming and beachcombing. The looks have stood the test of time, but then so's the spirit. So many manifestations and customisations over the year, but the I.D.Buzz consolidates all of that creative genius into one Retromodernist classic. So there we have it, a 70th anniversary celebration for this very much loved and iconic vehicle, the T1, which has now become the I.D.Buzz, with its German heritage, but its decidedly new age Californian identity for the future. And talking of the future, there is in fact a very interesting plan afoot. It's an agreement between Volkswagen and the Qatar Investment Authority, and that's to provide a fully electric transport system for some guests at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, which is taking place in that country. So that's really exciting. That pretty much covers it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and found value. Obviously, please do subscribe if that's the case. Put your comments or questions in the appropriate section below. And if you look in the descriptions, you'll find a host of information about this vehicle and quite a few other goodies as well. So check that out. That's it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.